welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are back, guys. As promised, this is our third stream for today. This is a special stream, though, because this is a stream where I get an opportunity to hear from each and every single one of you guys, for you to let me know what's going on, how do you feel about what's going on, and what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about what's going on with the Miami Dolphins right now? Not just limited to Minkah Fitzpatrick, but everything, okay? If you are a moderator, I have already put the link in the description section. If you can, go ahead and copy that link and continue every 5 minutes to post that link. Every 3 to 5 minutes to post that link to let people know they can join in on this conversation. All you have to do to join in on this conversation is click the link and follow the instructions, and you will be added to this live feed, and I will bring you from backstage so people will see you speaking. You will get the opportunity to have the floor. And I would really love those who disagree with a lot of the things that I say to really join. It's a huge opportunity, all right? So here's your opportunity, and I hope you take advantage of it. I look forward to hearing what everyone has to say. Make sure that you guys check me out on Twitter. All right, we already got 2 people backstage. That's awesome. Make sure you guys check me out on Twitter at TD Fans Talk. Instagram is TD Fans Talk, and my new Facebook page is TD Fans Talk as well, guys. Please go over, check out those platforms. Make sure that you subscribe and follow and like all 3 of those platforms. I would really appreciate it. Now, here's a few ground rules, guys. This is a family environment, so anything you do on this live stream, if it is inappropriate, you will be deleted and blocked from the channel. So I am trusting and hoping that we have nothing but mature adults who take place on this stream, who interacts on this stream. No activity of drugs in the stream, because last time we had somebody rolling up. I ain't got nothing against you for doing it, but to each his own. Not on the stream. Profanity, we want to make sure that we're not using profanity. Any of the explicit ones, of course. Also, making sure that you're just being respectful of the other people in the room as well. So I just want to lay those ground rules before we bring in some of the individuals who will be attending the stream. Anybody's welcome to attend. Anybody's welcome to attend, by the way, okay? So I just want to make sure I have that straight to begin with. Anyone is welcome to attend this stream. Just follow the link in the comment section. It will continue to be posted by myself and the mods. Follow the link, follow the instructions, and you will be added on to this stream. We already have 27 people in the room. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way in. I'm excited about this one because I want to hear from other people. It's not just always what TD has to say. I want to hear about other people, what they have to say, okay? And also not just what other people have to say, but at the end of the day, if you disagree with some of the things I said before, here's your perfect moment. You'll be live and you'll have a platform to be able to speak your truth and what you think is going on with the Miami Dolphins, all right? So without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start out. I'm going to bring our first guest in. We have Casey. 1 second. Let me bring Casey in. Casey, what's going on?
What's going on, my brother? Hold on. Let me.
What's going on, man? We'll give you a few seconds to get acclimated and do what you got to do, bro.
All right. Let me.
You're okay. We'll give you a little bit to situate the technical difficulty on your end, but we are here. Let me change this view to a more wide one. That one's better. There we go. So, guys, the link is in the comment section. All you have to do is click on the link, and you can be joined into this conversation. Click on the link, and you will be able to be joined into this conversation. I think Casey's having some technical difficulties, so we'll see. We'll give him a few more minutes, or he might have to log out and log back in if it doesn't work. There we go. You're with us, man. Well, you're cutting in and out.
Hold on.
You're good,
TD. I'm trying to connect to the Bluetooth.
You're good, man. TD, did you turn into – oh, that's a good point. Hold on. I don't want to echo. Thanks for saying that. Y'all give me a second. Don't say anything, Casey. I need to go get my headphones as well because I may need to log into the Bluetooth as well. Where are my headphones? Give me a second, guys. Interesting. Wow. Which is crazy. I have no idea where my headphones are. And I think I took them to my Bluetooth headphones. I think I took to my car. That's gonna suck. My Dolphin bag is not down here. You guys give me a second. Appreciate your patience, guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. TD has no idea where his Bluetooth headphones are, which sucks. We're gonna try to get through this regardless. I hope it's not causing an echo in the system. I hope not. We're gonna go ahead and go roll through. Just hope it's not causing an echo. But you guys will have to let me know if it's causing an echo or not. Okay. But let me know now in the comment section. Do you all hear an echo? Let me know right now in the comment section. And we also have Ed Dowling backstage. I see you, homie. Just give me a moment. I'm going to bring you in, bro. You good? I see you. Everybody else doesn't, but I do. No echo, no echo. Okay. Now, are you in portrait or landscape mode, Casey?
I'm in portrait. You want me to switch to landscape?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a better.
Is
It
it
gives you a
better?
better view. All right. So, talk to
All
us,
right.
man. Talk to us. What's your thoughts, man? Just straight up. Let's see what you got to say about what's been going on.
In regards to just the Minkah situation or just everything?
Any and everything, man. We talking Dolphins right now.
Okay. Okay. So let's just start with this with the Minkah situation.
Give me a second. Give me a second,
Personally,
bro.
I
It's saying it's an
all
echo
right.
from you.
All right.
So that's where my issue is coming from.
Okay.
Give me one moment, okay?
No problem.
Have to figure this out. Where is my headphones? Yes, echo from Casey. Okay, guys. Y'all give me a second. Crazy thing is I have like 5 pair of headphones in this house, and all of a sudden at this moment I can't find one of them. Which is crazy interesting right now. One moment, guys, because I don't want you to have an echo. Said turn down volume to get rid of. Yeah, I understand that, but the problem is I still would have to hear him, and you all would hear the echo anyway. One moment. Where did my headphones go? All right. My bad, guys. Until we go to the car, I'm just gonna plug these boys in for my headphones. Y'all bear with me. This is on me. Where's my input? There we go. Here we go. All right. This should do it. Casey?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just switching to
Is it better now?
All right, I got you on my headphones. We're good, bro. All right, so nobody should hear the echo now. We should be all good. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulty, but we're back. But I'm going to leave the floor to you, bro, and I'm going to be bringing people in while you're talking. I'm going to mute them, but let us know what you think, all right? Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Can everyone else hear me? Man, don't worry. We'll get it fixed.
I can't hear you.
It's all right. We'll get it fixed. Give me a second. All right, can you hear me, bro? Still no sound? Said TD, what's the attributables to not having any sound? To not having any headphones. Don't worry, I'm working on it right now, bro. Let me bring in our Ed Dowling. Can you hear me? Don't worry, I'm working on it right now, bro.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
So Ed can hear me, but Casey can't hear me. Casey, you can't hear me?
I can't hear you. I can hear Ed Dowling, but I can't hear you, TD.
That's weird.
Casey
Hold
said
on.
he can't hear you, CD.
Guys, do me a favor and call back in real quick.
All right.
Ed Dowling?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. You want me to call back though?
No, you're good. If me and you are straight, we're good. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with you. First of all, who are you and where you from, man? Let us know.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? My name is Ed. I'm all the way from West Palm Beach, residing in Virginia. So representing Dolphins all the way in Virginia.
VA in the house. Shout out to you, homie. So talk to us, man. What's going on with Miami, man? What's your thoughts?
It's just how it's just how Ross and all the rest of them said in the first place. Like we rebuilding. That's as simple as that. We rebuilding. All right, we not gonna have good moments. That's understandable. We still gonna have our wins here and there. We still gonna pull through it. I think everybody. My biggest thing is everybody, especially the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
They're complaining the biggest, like, oh, these decisions want to leave and they traded this person. Okay, I get it. You didn't want to see that person go, but can we grow? Can we build up what we got? Can we grow? Even if it's from the ground up. I mean, okay, like bashing, like we're supposed to be the fans, so bashing the team doesn't make the situation any better.
I definitely agree with that. Casey's back with us. Shout out to you, Casey. And thanks for adding that insight, darling. Casey, let us know who you are and where you're from, bro.
I'm from Miramar, Florida, but I'm
Nice.
currently living in Palm Beach,
Okay.
and 20.
So
I'll be 25 tomorrow.
nice. Happy early birthday.
Yeah,
Everybody in the comment
yeah.
section, get a man his
So
due. Happy early birthday, bro. That's what's up. You'll be legal to
thank you.
not legal, but you'll be able to not have that rental car 25-year-old restriction thing they be having. Which
Finally,
sucks.
finally.
All right, that's what's up. Talk to us about the Miami Dolphins. What's your thoughts? Ed just shared his. Before I comment, I want to see what you got to say.
Um, Personally, I love everything that's been going on because me watching from last year as a fan, we complained about coaching and there wasn't really a football guy in the stadium, in the organization. Now that we have one and a coach, all the coaches work together, the owner, the GM is working together, having the same mindset. And one thing that um, the defensive coordinator said in his media press conference this past one, he said something very enlightening that I've never really heard a coach say is that
Mm-hmm.
he is allowing his players to add insight to anything that they feel would help
Mm,
the defense improve.
good point.
So that's something that I like. This whole Minka situation, they're upset with the coaches, but people forget last year a lot of Dolphins fans didn't want Minka Fitzpatrick. A lot of them didn't. Now all of a sudden they're upset because of what the media proclaims him he's gonna be all of a sudden because now that they're adding value to somebody that I'm pretty sure 75% of the people didn't even care about.
Mm.
But just to hype him up, to add value and make it look like that we're in the wrong or Brian Flores is stupid, it's making the Dolphins look bad, which isn't fair.
And
It's
you know
not
what?
fair at all.
That's a great observation because I do remember when we drafted him, people were like, "Who? Why would we have drafted him? What?" I do remember that. What's your thoughts on that, Ed?
Um, I'm sorry, I had lost thought because I'm looking at something real quick.
You good? I see you at work,
What was
man.
it again? I'm sorry.
No, you
Yeah, but
good.
it's downtime right now.
That's
Say
what's
it
up,
again. What
man.
was it?
Hey, he at work getting in TD Fizz talk. Shout out to Ed. Yeah. My boy at work getting it in, man. That's what's up, man. But no, Casey made a good point. How people weren't even see last year they were ragging the fact that we even picked up Minka, and now people want to make it seem like it's the coach's fault and things of that nature. It's just a lot of hypocrisy in that regard. And shout out to everybody. We got 79 people in the room. The link is in the description, but I mean in the comment section. If you want to join this conversation, if you want to join this conversation and be on the screen, all you got to do is click the link in the comment section and you can join this stream. We like to hear from as many people as possible. But guys, do y'all think they were going to trade Minkah Fitzpatrick? We'll start with you, Ed.
Do I think we're gonna trade him?
Yeah.
Um, honestly, TD, I think I'm gonna say yes, but it's just like you said on the last video. If we get a good deal, if not,
Mm-hmm.
he's not going anywhere. He's staying on the Miami Dolphins till his contract's up or whatever the case is. But if somebody, and I honestly do believe that somebody's going, just like Laramie Tunsil, somebody's going to pull the trigger on it. Somebody's going to come up with some crazy deal and be like, "Oh, I want him on our team. We'll give you anything," and they'll take it.
Nice. And what about you, Casey? You think we're going to do it?
Personally, I do, but part of me, and I think you said this too. I feel like it's a humbling thing because they put so much value to him that nobody is gonna take that risk. They saw with the Laramie Tunsil thing was a complete robbery, in my opinion. So I think they're gonna look at that and probably not pull the trigger depending on what they get. But if the price is right, which I don't think no one's gonna do it, they'll trade him.
So what is the price? What is the price? We'll stay with you, Casey. What's the price? What price is right?
Either a player of equal caliber or equal attributables or a first round pick.
First round pick or another player? Okay. What about you, Ed? What's the price, man?
I say the same. Much a player plus. So that could be a pick.
Mm-hmm.
That could be if not even a player of the same value, which I know that's ridiculous. I don't think anybody gonna do that. If not a player of the same value, then at least what, like two players that close to that. Which, like I said, ain't nobody really gonna do nothing like
Yeah.
that. But
So it's pretty much a draft pick we're trying to look at.
And the character that's being shown doesn't look good for Minkah and Minkah personally. The Dolphins have an edge because it's not like they were shopping for him. He asked for it, and it's showing his character. And if nobody wants that character, no one's gonna get him.
On a second year of his contract. You are so right. That's what's the scary part about it. Shout out to Berto joining the conversation. What's up, Berto? Tell us about yourself and where you're from, man.
So I'm from Palm Beach County.
Nice, Palm Beach too.
What's up, baby? So I was talking in on your show earlier about Minkah.
Okay, talk to us, man.
So I know it's tough, man. It's tough. I know Minkah personally. I'm with his parents all the time. I'm with his family.
Ooh, okay.
The hardest dudes, hardest working guys in the NFL alone. I mean, you got to see him off season. This guy's working. He doesn't spend a lot of free time to himself. He doesn't, party. He doesn't do any of those unnecessary young things that young people do.
Mm-hmm.
To be perfect at his craft. So for him, he goes up to the regime when Gaze was here. He asked him, can I just kind of stay in one position? That was what he stressed out about. Can I just work my craft at one position? For now, they didn't do it, because he's so athletic. He can play multiple positions. You get it? So when the regime came in, the new one with Flo, he asked him again. He said, where you guys going to have me?
He did say that. He did say that in the offseason. I want to know where I'm going to be so I can focus on that during the offseason. You're right.
Right. So they didn't make it clear to him, So hearing from the family, talking to them, they were saying that it wasn't clear. He was getting frustrated because obviously even in practice, sometimes he'll get exposed. He wasn't comfortable. Right. So at the end of the day for him, I made a comment earlier. He wanted to be a Hall of Famer. This dude works that hard, in the gym, in the film room. Everything he does has got to be perfection. He's been like that since he was in high school, earlier than that, So this is what type of player we're dealing with, right? But if he feels like if he's not in the right position to be successful, then maybe he has to go do something else. Maybe he got to be traded. You feel me? But I get what you guys are saying. I get what you're saying, TD. That you want to have players that are versatile, that could do everything. You get me? But in his situation, you only have a short window to impress your coaches. You only got to, and then once the NFL kind of sees you for who you are, they don't really want you anymore. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can relate to that, and I can respect that. I understand the whole hustle of you got to show right now so that the NFL can start to revere you as a specific player. Because if you have that reputation now, that reputation will carry you for the next 7 to 8 years. So I get that, but here's my hold up. If he wants a defined position, what position is that?
Right. So for me, I mean, as a Dolphin, dude, I've been riding with the Dolphins my whole life. So for me, you watch the season last year, you see McCain, he does pretty well. I think he did pretty good at corner last year. McCain, to me, McCain's a better nickel than he is an outside corner, But I guess with the frustrations with Minkah, he wanted to play outside. Now you asked the question earlier. You said
he wants to play outside. He wants to play outside. Is that what you're telling us? Is that what you're telling us? Minkah wants to play outside, cornerback, boundary.
Right. But I think a lot of the time this year, Xavier Howard was hurt for some of those games he played corner. Now Minkah, he's going up against number one wide receivers, right? So you got to make sure you get the Wheaties that morning when you're going up against the Josh Gordons and the number ones that we faced last year. And he wasn't exposed.
Antonio Brown this week. So I mean, it's tough. You don't want to see a player like Minkah go. I guess that's my frustration. I believe in Flo, what he's doing, but I kind of feel like let this guy get
comfortable in the role that he's comfortable with playing. Because all we're doing is creating more holes, and I feel like we're going backwards, like big time. You feel me? Hello?
So you say you basically feel like we're going backwards and creating more holes.
Way more holes. The Tunsil trade, I understood the Tunsil trade, because if they're tanking for Tua, you don't want to play top dollar for a tackle that's not protecting the backside. You feel me? So the Tunsil trade, you get him out there. If you guys don't know, Tua is a left-handed quarterback. So if you got Tua in your vision, you don't.
And my bad, bro. Bear with me for a second because I'm getting a little bit of static. So bear with me because this is a great conversation. So y'all, because I'm closing a few things on a few windows and things to make sure we're good from a RAM standpoint. So everybody check in. Ed Dowling, check in for me.
I can hear you, man.
Casey, check in for me.
I can hear you.
Berto, check in for me.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right, 1 second. All right. Hey, Breon, do me a favor, man. Because I'm gonna close the YouTube live stream that I have on my other system, and I'm just gonna run Streamlabs. If someone donates and I miss them, please let me know in the comment section because I don't want to miss people who donate to the channel. And Streamlabs don't show me really who donates like that. All right. So let me know, Bree. If anyone donates to the channel, let me know so I can give them a shout out and say see what they're talking about. All right. All right, I think Ed Dowling muted himself. All right, cool. So Berto, you're bringing a lot of good insight into the conversation, and I'll come back to you in a moment, Casey. But I got to ask you, Ed, here's my thing, because you might be closer to the situation than anybody on this stream, being that you know the family, and you've talked to certain individuals. Here's my thing, though. I love the fact that you said something that was 100% correct that I haven't even mentioned to the people. We cannot negate the fact that Minkah Fitzpatrick is a hard worker. He busts his behind. Off season, he gives everything in his all, and that's all you can ask in a guy, okay? But the thing is, does this not make him look like even though, the coaches are asking him to do something. Basically, I kind of feel like him taking this approach is, I want it to be my way, and I don't really care about what your vision is. It's almost kind of like that because your vision is hurting me, but it's still putting self above the team.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that?
So it's tough because in a situation that I didn't, I'm in this situation. I see it. I know this family. I know this guy. I know him personally. I trust my son to sleep over their house with their son. You know what I'm saying? So I know him personally. I know this guy is selfless. So it makes no sense, right? Like, man, this guy is selfish. He's putting himself ahead of the team. But at the same token, this guy works so hard at his craft that I see it for myself. He's not selfish. He just wants to be the best at what he does. So he's been asking. Imagine if you're in a job, right? Imagine if you're working for somebody and you come to him and you say, listen, man, I just want you to let me know what I'm doing wrong, what I can get better. And your job is just not paying attention to you, not just putting you in positions to not succeed all the time. I think us as people, we would feel the same way. You'd be like, man, I'm just going to get another job. You said NFL is still about money. So at the end of the day, he wants to perform. He wants to be the best at his position. He wants to be, at the end of the day, you playing for yourself. At the end of the day, you playing, listen, I want to be a Hall of Famer, gold jacket. I want to put my name up. He wants to be the greatest Dolphin. That's something that he wants to do, but he doesn't feel like he's in the position to make that happen. And now it's embarrassing to him. It's embarrassing to his family. And he's like, these are not words out of his mouth, but I'm assuming he's just like, man.
No, I get you. I get it.
Crazy.
I get it, man. Great insight, because this is stuff I want to hear. That's a great insight that's kind of different from the one that I had, but it makes sense, because it's easy for us to be on one side of it and say, oh, he shouldn't do this and he shouldn't do that. But you just brought added insight of putting ourselves in his shoes and how he's looking at it as well. And I think this is what makes it a tough situation. As Berto, you agreed yourself. You understand what Flores and those guys are doing, but you also, there's no reason not to understand how Minkah feels. And how do you, is it possible?
Right.
And this, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, now is it possible to salvage the situation, or is it already a wrap?
That much I don't know. I don't know how frustrated he is. I just know it's frustrating for him because he wants to be great. Do I think that it can be salvaged? Me personally, knowing the family, knowing who Minkah is, I think so. But I think it's one of those things where it's got to be trust, because Coach Flo comes in and he changes everything up. I think one of the things that was bothering them as well is Coach Flo came in and said, listen, I'm not going to disrespect the game and throw the season. You get me? And then now you're making these trades, and it is for the better of the team. I do want to see my Dolphins be on top. I do want to see them take these picks and pick the right picks, and in 4 years have this franchise in a winning organization, position. But it's tough, man. It's tough. I think it can be salvaged, but these guys got to come to an agreement. Say, hey, listen, man, just put me, whether it's on the perimeter, put me at nickel, and it helps the team better. Last week it was embarrassment.
I agree. It definitely was. Man. Ain't no escaping that, man. It's more than embarrassment. Let me go to Casey and Ed real quick. What do y'all think about what was just said before we bring some new people in? Casey and Ed, what's your thoughts on everything that Berto had to say?
It's funny. Right before he said about the trust thing, I was gonna touch on that. It could be a trust issue. They could be fighting amongst each other as far as what's better for the team. In the sense of as ambitious as Minkah is, in his mind, he may feel like this one position is best for the team, and maybe Brian Flores sees something greater that Minkah cannot see.
Right. No, that could be it.
Because of his,
that's the scary part. It's do you trust Brian Flores and what he's trying to teach the young man? Let's not forget, young, emphasis on young. Sometimes a young player like Minkah, used to winning, sometimes they don't even know what's best for themselves. All they see is the turmoil, and they're not looking long term at what they can become out of this. They want it now, and that can be, and I'm not saying that's the case, but it could be. It could be, and that sucks because you can't really fault anyone in this situation wholeheartedly. It's just a real bad situation.
Right. And so I think as Dolphins, how bad we've been for so long, we never were really embarrassed. Like, when's the last time we've been embarrassed like that? Since Jacksonville and Dan Marino in the playoffs?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I could probably find 2 or 3 other times.
Last year going 40. Last year going 40-0.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Yeah. I guess Baltimore just got our number, huh?
And everybody else here on the live stream, I am not ignoring you. This is just a good conversation that we're having. I'm going to appreciate you, King Truth. I'm going to be bringing you all in eventually, so please don't get impatient. I know I've had like 4 people come in and leave. You're backstage. I can see you. I just have to rotate people in and out as we go. So don't get impatient. Know that I see you back screen, and I will bring you in eventually. All right. But yes, great insight, Berto and Casey. I appreciate y'all. I think.
Hey, listen, TD. Before I go, I just want to say, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna listen to you guys. I just want to say, I had to do this because I know Minkah. I know that family. Such a great family. They work hard from the oldest to the youngest. Yeah. They bust their hump, man, at everything they do. So it's tough. This is more than just football for me. It's personal because I know people. You get what I'm saying. So I know when I see some people coming in and out of the chat questioning his hard work, questioning his grit, his integrity, all these things that they question. That's not what it is.
You
That
spot
dude's
on.
a hard worker, and he's if he stays focused, he's going to be one of the best to play this game. But I just hope he can do it on a Dolphin. To be a Dolphin.
Yeah, and Berto, and your opinion on the matter is greatly respected by me. I do want to say that. Even me myself, I'm not questioning that man's fight as far as his fight in regards to his hard work and his grit. The only
Yeah,
thing that I questioned was, is he making a youthful decision
right,
of, I'm using the term quit, but
right.
it can be perceived in different ways because he wants to put himself in a better position, and nothing's wrong with that. But I do use the position of, is he quitting on his coach's vision
Right.
without letting it play out? And that's just probably one of those youth things. But from a personal standpoint, I don't want people to get the wrong idea of my opinion even
Yeah,
itself. I don't question this kid's heart. I don't question this kid's hard work. I know that. That's why I'm a huge fan of Minkah. That's why I'm one that says don't get rid of him, but keep him in the nickel. The problem I have is, where else do you play him? And
yeah.
if he wants to be tried out on boundary, I think this weekend, believe it or not, Berto, he's going to get his shot.
I think so too. I hope
I
so.
think he's
I
going
hope
to get his
so.
shot, and I hope he steps up to the point to prove that he belongs to be on the boundary, so that he
Right.
can play nickel. And when they don't run a nickel package, he can go right out to the boundary and feel good about being a Miami Dolphin, and everything can blow itself over. I
Yeah.
hope that's what we get to. But as I always say, Berto, time will tell.
That's
Time
it,
will
brother.
tell.
I
You
appreciate
know,
you having me, man.
now, I
We'll keep
appreciate
going.
you coming in, man. Feel
Yeah,
free to
definitely.
do so every time. But I got to tell you what somebody said in the chat section about you. They said they like you. The problem is you in an FSU top, so you just automatically out of there, man.
Go, baby. All right, guys. Take care.
It's all about you. Thanks, man. But yeah, so we're gonna bring in two more individuals. We have I Test Sports. Shout out to you. Let me unmute you, bro. I Test Sports in the room, and we have King Truth in the room. These are our next guests joining me and Casey and Ed Dowling and Fin75. I'm gonna bring you in the room, but I'm gonna mute you because we're gonna try to keep it controlled, a few at a time. But talk to me, I Test Sports. Talk to me and tell me, who are you and where you're from?
Well, from Miami, Florida. Currently in Miami right now. I used to talk to you like back last year. You remember Lurk TV?
Hello?
Yeah. So this just I switched the profile up, but yeah, you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, but yeah, I used to be. Yeah, we spoke last year. I was Lurk TV. So basically, my input on what's going on. Like I just read the article about Minkah asking to be traded. As far as the moves I see being made, I personally, and I've said this in your chat, and I know it's been ignored, but I really do think Brian Flores was sent here to discombobulate the Dolphins, because at the end of the day, all right, I know it ain't gonna be a popular thing. I know, but listen to me. All my conspiracy theory people, y'all know, I'm gonna do it for all y'all. But basically, look at it. We had we could have got the Dallas coach or Flores. Everybody wanted
Mm-hmm.
Richard at one point. Then all of a sudden, we got Flores. Like it was like last minute type thing. Now I remember I listened to all the pundits. I listened to everybody on what they thought about Richard and Flores. It wasn't until Flores got hired when everyone was like, "Oh, his resume is good. His resume is this. His resume is that." But before that, they were like, "He's just the face of the defensive coordinator." But Belichick actually calls the plays. And if you look at what happened in the Baltimore game, it's either they were really trying to tank, or he didn't know what defensive coverage to call. Because like they said all week, he told them to get ready for the quarterback run. He can't throw. Now, he's an NFL quarterback. Everybody could throw. I don't care if he can't throw like good or he doesn't have good accuracy, but he is an NFL quarterback. But I'm giving all these points to say this. The moves he's made, I understand tanking for Tua. I don't understand tanking for Tua, but I understand rebuilding. But have something to rebuild with. If you get rid of all your 5-star players, not saying the Tunsil trade wasn't good, but if you can give me 2 number ones for Tunsil, I'm going to take that every day. But you don't think we could have still used Cameron Wake? You don't think we could have still used like certain players? I think that's where the Dolphins do a bad job. They don't they don't do what other teams do. Like their star core players like Cameron Wake, Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, players like that should never leave the Dolphins. They should retire a Dolphin.
Why?
Because they're staples. They're basically like the face of the franchise. And when you show the face of the franchise that you can be traded and you could go to the Jets and then we bring you back just to retire you as a Hall of Fame, it doesn't show a continuity in the program. It just shows like we'll take in people and once we don't need you no more, we get rid of you. And the bad thing about that, I know you'll probably say, well, the Patriots do the same thing. The Patriots win Super Bowls. If we're trying to build a team, you can't, like, Tunsil just got here, basically. He didn't even make his second contract, and he's out of here. Okay. Minkah ain't even get to his second contract. He's about to, or I hope he's not, but if he's out of here, okay, you get all these draft picks. Now you're starting all over again, another first rounder, another rookie contract, and then you got to make sure these people pan out. So to me, how long he got? They say he signed a 5-year contract, which is unheard of. I don't think he makes it 3.
100% guaranteed.
I don't think he makes it 3 years because he's gonna have to rebuild for another 2 years. Because okay, you get all the draft picks, you get 2 next year, you get all the war chest of draft picks. Okay, they got to play on their rookie season, so they're gonna be bumps there. Then they got to go into their second year where most make the jump or some don't. So you're still waiting, and then you don't have a core. Your core is at this time is Xavier Howard, Rashad Jones, who's on his way out, Bobby McCain. Who else is there that you could really say, okay, we've been here, we kind of, and that's the whole thing. They always talk about Dolphins need to build a culture. How you gonna build a culture if it's a revolving door there? No one's really there. Rashad Jones, John Denny, when they got rid of John Denny, I was like, damn. No, I mean, from top to bottom, they got rid of everybody. And what you gonna say in 2 years if the Dolphins fire him and he returns to be Bill Belichick's coach? Because that's what they do. They go off, they fuck a team up for 2 years, excuse my French. They mess the team up for a few years, and they go back to daddy. That's the plan. And if you look at the Dolphins, out of everybody in the AFC East, who was the closest to New England, like as far as competing with them? The Jets, Sam Darnold, that's trash. Josh Allen, that's trash. The Dolphins was a quarterback and a few pieces away. Now you're more than a few pieces away. Yeah, you get the quarterback. I like Preston Williams. I told people Devontae Parker was just suffering from bad coaching by Adam Gase and that bad regime with Joe Philbin. So you got something. And to me, he's not going to stop until he gets rid of Drake, probably trades Xavier Howard and Minkah. And now you're starting all over with a team like New England, who all they do is just bring in players, recycle, and restart. And you're starting all over at the bottom of the map. I don't see a plan. I see the man that was sent here by Belichick. Brought the Dolphins up from the inside. Hey, all right, you laugh all you want. Brought the Dolphins up from the inside. And then in 2-3 years, you'll have a job right back with me. But that shit can't go on over there in Miami.
So let me, and I'm gonna get to you. Oh well, he already left the room. All right, so I was gonna tell him I was gonna get to him. I forgot who it was, but I want to engage with you on this conversation. All right, because you make some good points, but I want some clarification and understanding about everything that you just said. Okay. Now, first and foremost, okay, you said that you agree with the Tunsil trade, right?
Yeah, 2 first rounders. You don't turn that down.
And the second, okay, you can't. All right, but then you said something about why would we get rid of Cam Wake, right? Yeah. And then you said we let people like Cam Wake, Zach, those guys should be Dolphins for life, right?
Yeah, they should retire Dolphin. They should not go play with other teams. It shows that you have a structure. You have a culture here. We're going to take care of the people who are the faces of the franchise.
So is this something wrong with him coming in to bring in his own structure versus the structure of the past?
It's not his structure. It's the Patriot structure. The whole offseason, all everyone has said is, what are you bringing from the Patriots? Is this the Patriot way? Are you doing this? The man has
no
identity.
What did he say? What did he say?
I heard it. I heard his press conference yesterday. He said,
Okay,
no,
this is the Miami Dolphins.
Exactly. And what are the Miami Dolphins? What has he done? Like
Exactly.
what has
But are we going to allow him to show who the Miami Dolphins are? What we're doing is we're jumping on every move he has, criticizing it, when at the end of the day, time will tell. And I'm going to get more further into this with you, but here's how I feel, okay? At the end of the day, 3 years from now, we might look back and say, I Test Sports was 1,000,000,000% correct. But we can't discount the fact that,
like I was
I
about
can't hear you.
Tannehill and Gase.
Well, I don't know about that, but we'll
about
keep going. Now, but we can also 3 years from now say that I Test Sports was all absolutely wrong. We don't know, right?
And
we have our
I would
theories.
love that. If I was wrong, that means we're
exactly. So we're both in the same boat. You have a stance, I have a stance. You could be wrong, I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, like I always say on the channel, time will tell, right?
Yes, sir.
Time will tell. Now let's talk about some of the facts that you gave us. Okay. You basically said all we're doing is continuing to recycle. Tunsil ain't been here nothing but 2 years and he's gone, even though you actually approved of that. Okay. And then you said now Minkah's only been
first round.
I agree. But now you're saying Minkah's only been here a year and now he might be gone. Now, how would you feel, though, if we look up, because we're saying this man has no identity, we don't know what he's trying to do, but I think that he's told everybody what he's trying to do. It's just that we aren't accepting exactly what he told us he's trying to do, and we don't like that he's executing what he's trying to do. He's coming in to bring his culture. He said these exact words. I'm trying to bring in people who are about the team more than themselves. That's number one. I'm trying to find players that have good eyes, hands, and feet. I'm trying to bring in guys that's all leaders. Now, when he got hired to be the head coach, if he sat down and said, looking at this team right now, I'm looking at players like Rashad Jones. I don't think anybody could agree with me. He's not going to be on this roster in 3 years. We're looking at players like Cameron Wake. I don't think anybody can disagree with me that he's not going to be on this in 3 years. We got players like Kiko Alonso and Kenny Stills. I don't think anybody would disagree with me that they're not going to be on this roster in 3 years. Almost everybody he got rid of, we could all probably agree that this man, they will not be on this team in 3 years, other than Tunsil, but even you agree, you can't turn that down. So if he goes out and he says, why am I going to sit here and say these guys are staple players for the history of the Miami Dolphins and keep them, and then 3 years from now when it's time for them to retire, get zero for them? Zero. They're not a part of the team that's going to win it all. But so you want me to go 3 years with these guys just to say, hey, here are your Miami Dolphins, just like Dan Marino, just like Jason Taylor, just like Zach Thomas, all players that we were happy they were our players but never got us a Super Bowl. So you want this man to keep those guys on the roster just to say they're long like Dolphins? Or do we want to say, get everything you can now so we can turn a 4-year rebuild into a 3-year, so we can turn a 3-year rebuild into a 2-year, so we can accelerate the process, because we already know the Miami Dolphin fans are the most impatient fans alive. Let's accelerate this process. No, you're right, Ates. You're right. Rightfully so. Impatient, rightfully so. They have a right to be impatient because of everything we've dealt with. But when people attack Brian Flores and the decisions he's making, are we ignoring what he's trying to do? Because everything he's trying to do, he's done, and he's been in line with it. We're going to exclude the Laramie Tunsil situation. We all know you had to do that. He didn't want to, but you had to. Hell, he don't want to do it with Minkah either. But if you're requesting it, we might have to. Okay? But at the end of the...
Let me ask one quick question. As far as with the Kenny Stills, do you think that was more a football move, or that was just he was pissed off about the whole thing being public? Because another thing about New England coaches is they have this surly attitude, and it worked for Belichick, but why do you feel it's going to work for you? Like, you look at Matt Patricia, he brought that shit over there to Detroit. It didn't work. Um,
Let's keep it. Let's try to keep it clean. We're a family channel.
okay. My bad. Josh McDaniels, you saw what he did. He reneged on one team. He went to one team and got called right back to Belichick. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is they all come from New England with a certain idea of how things are supposed to run and how things are supposed to be. And yeah, it worked for Belichick, but I haven't seen it work for anybody else.
Well,
Nobody else.
I'm gonna let some other people come in on this conversation, I test. But before I do, we can't. I talked about this the other day. You can't judge Belichick's tree with everybody else. You come into different situations. See, Flores was able to get rid of his quarterback right away and all kind of weapons. Matt Patricia and Josh Daniels, they came into situations where they inherited players that they couldn't get rid of due to contractual standpoints. The situation is totally different. So we can't say the Belichick way doesn't work for anyone, because if the Belichick way works, it should work for anybody if you're executing the same way. But who has actually been able to execute the same way? That's the real question to ask. That's a vague way to look at it. It ain't work for other people, where other people ain't got Belichick's situation. But to be fair with Belichick, look at his first 2 years coaching New England. Anybody would have said it wasn't working for him either. But he got to come in, you got to clean it out, and you got to do it your way. And then we judge. But you can't judge until a guy comes in to do it his way. You got to let him do it his way, and then you judge. That's just my thought on it. But I'm going to get back to you, I Test Sports. We're going to bring a few more in. If you got something to say about it, Casey, and shout out to your Wendy in the room, you guys can add in. I know Finsanity probably took a call.
I was looking at.
What's up? Casey, go ahead. My bad.
No, you good. No, I was just reading up on I was trying to find like articles on like Bill Belichick got hired. But I couldn't find any. But I looked at some quotes, and apparently, I guess Bill Belichick said that the team they had in 2000 with 40 players wouldn't even be a good team. So even though Brian Flores hasn't said it, because nowadays we're nowadays, at least my generation, we're very PR like. So it's not, we just don't outright say what we want to say. So in essence, Bill Belichick said that we're rebuilding too. After being an assistant to Bill Parcells and having a horrible 5 seasons with the Browns, nobody knew what Bill Belichick was going to be. They're probably saying worse things about Bill Belichick than they are about Brian Flores.
They did. I was there. I saw the articles. They ripped them apart.
The man was already a head coach for 5 seasons and was horrible with the Browns. So I think us as fans and as human beings, things that we don't know scare us. So instead of taking it head on, we want to go with what we know. And what I've seen for the past 25 years is Dolphins, this, and that. But we have so much blinders on that we can't even see what's good for us. Because that same team that we had last year went 7-9. Thankfully, easily could have went 9-7 because of 2 blunders. But that's neither here nor there. And we complained about the coaching. Now we have a new culture, and it's like we're never happy. Like it's ridiculous. We're never happy.
After one game, we're gonna let Finsanity 5 come in, and Yo Wendy, we're gonna get with you next. All right. What's up, Finsanity? Talk to us.
Hey everybody, first of all, I hope everybody's having a great day. The one thing that we're not looking at or even addressing is that how young this team is, and how sometimes because this team is so young, they still have tendencies and they backtrack. I'm not saying they do, but some of their technique could still be college based. And Flores is coming in and he's evaluating these and he's saying, hey, whoa, no. I want to get you guys from this college-based defense and elevate you and show you how we do it in the NFL. And maybe sometimes the learning curve between that translation is what we're seeing right now. Now, I'm not saying these guys do not have the caliber or the talent to be NFL superstars one day, but they're still young. And we're forgetting that we have the youngest roster in the NFL. And it showed. It showed with our lack of experience. But guess what? Minkah having a game like that, those battle wounds will only make him stronger in the future. It's better to have games like that now than, 5 years from now, we're looking, well, where did this decline happen? At least where he's at now, he has the point where he can just incline. And if he can, have an open conversation with our coaching staff, and Flores can say, hey, man, listen, I know at Bama you were in a great system and you guys work like clockwork. Well, there's some guys around you who don't work in this clock system, but I need you to pick it up. With great talent or with, comes great responsibility. Minkah obviously has the talent, or he would not be getting so much demanded from him, from Flores, so early. And that's something I think we're not, looking at. I think Flores is really trying to push this young man so that he can be better and he can be that Hall of Fame player. But what Flores is telling Minkah is, you want to be that guy? You want to take on that responsibility? Man up and start doing it. Take it day by day. I'm not going to give you any slack. I'm not going to coddle you and say, oh, well, Minkah, because Bobby missed his assignment over there, I'm going to just blame it on Bobby. No, Minkah, where were you to pick it up? This is not a blame game. A defense has to work together as a unit. And it's so funny to me how we as a fan base are always so quick and a blink of an eye to blame that person or that person. And we forget that this is a unit. Even the offensive line, it is a unit. Everything has to work as a unit. A clock cannot spin right if everything is not working. If one thing is wrong on the clock, that clock will not turn. Now, granted, it will be right twice a day. But guess what? All those other times where it's wrong, you will get exposed. Simple as that. And we have to start saying, hey, guys, listen, we have to pick up each other. I'm surprised no one went to Minkah and said, hey, Minkah, listen, we got your back, bro. We're going to uplift you. Just keep at it. This is going to be a long game. But we your brothers and we don't go to war with you. But yet we're here. We're criticizing. We're breaking down these guys. Who wanted to chime in?
No. Eye test. Hold on, guys. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me let y'all know something because I like that. Eye test is responding to you, so I want y'all to go back and forth. But if you're not talking during the moment, put yourself on mute because there's too much background noise. All right. Any moment where you're not talking, make sure you put yourself on mute so that we don't hear the background noise and we can have a clear. And now if I see you take yourself off mute, I know you really want to say something about what's being said. So right now, I Test Sports is saying the Finsanity 5. Who's going to do that? You make a great point. But who's going to do that? Take him by the hand. And now don't get me started. I'm going to let y'all talk. I know who should be doing it. But we're not going to talk about why they not because they call me a hater of him.
I'm going to tell you. If we on the same wavelength, I'm gonna tell you, it should be Rashad Jones.
Nope.
He's a veteran presence. He is a veteran presence, and he's the most tenured on their team. And listen, Rashad is petty enough. I know Rashad. Rashad is petty enough. If you're petty enough, to quit on your team, you're petty enough to let a young guy like that get exposed and say, hey, man, listen, I have battle wounds like that too. Now, X is an outside corner, and I get what you're saying. But who should be the veteran voice on that team? Rashad. I know.
Okay, y'all missing one element. Why Rashad gonna stick up for somebody who's taking his playing time?
Huh?
Why would you expect Rashad to do that? I know it ain't that. We would love for Rashad to be the one, but this is the guy coming in to replace him.
First of all, Rashad doesn't want to be there anywhere. So, but here's my thing.
This is the man you paid. This is the man you paid. You don't pay people that money just to play.
But he don't got that
person to be the leader.
And this is the reason why we are where we're at from a standpoint. Because we're not what you're saying. It should be X. It should have been everybody out there on that 11-man roster that was out there playing with him. Bobby said something. Every defensive lineman said, "Listen, I'm going to push harder for you. I'm going to try to get to that quarterback faster." You don't just put on one player. It is a unit. You have to play as a unit. Now, X could have came over there, but X is over there locking his man down. X is over there saying, hey, man, listen, I'm handling this. Rashad can actually come down and help. X has the top guy, the top number one receiver over there. X got to worry about his business. Rashad could have been like, hey, listen, man, if that guy gets past you, I got your back. Because I don't know,
agree.
X is either going down or going down. So X is not in his playing. Rashad can have a more impact on Minkah's play.
And but the point is,
with that,
but
what happens?
My bad, it was
the ball is catch. Hey, Minkah, if you miss that tackle, I got you back.
I agree with that. I agree it should be Rashard, but if you look at the dynamic of this team and the situation that we're in,
you're good.
It's not going to be Rashard. We're hoping that it's somebody. He ain't finna do it. I'm not arguing whether it should be him, but he's not gonna do it at this point because come on. With the current circumstance, it definitely ain't gonna be him. The reason why I say it's X is because that's what you pay a guy that money for. But you're right when you say he ain't that personality, and that's part of the reservation where I have why you pay him that money. But you're right when you said Bobby. I didn't think about that either. Another guy. But you can't tell me the trenches, they the youngest ones in it, out of all of them. You can't tell me them defensive linemen.
If you keep Wake,
I mean,
you know what I'm
technically,
Wake could have done some things, dog. Like, you got to keep some veteran presence on your team. I understand you getting young, but every team had a core. When New England kept revamping, they had a core of Minkah. They had a core of certain players that they knew in the locker room. Of course, Edelman, but they had a core. Miami has no core. Like, you have nobody to be like, all right, when things get tough, who can I lean on? You would think it should be Rashard Jones, but when the new coaching staff comes in and threatens to trade him, you're not invested there no more. You're just playing. You're on borrowed time. You're like, dog, when they gonna cut me or when they gonna let me go after the season? I'm getting traded. He knows he's fully invested. So when you build a type of culture like that, and it's just hand pointing, I've never seen a team get blown out the first week and players start asking for trade. That sounds like something that was planned. Bill Belichick is diabolical. Y'all gonna understand me.
Hey, you know what? We might look up, and you might be right, man. But it's just hard.
Look at it.
Can y'all hear me?
Look at it, fool. Spygate, Deflategate. Everything about the Patriots, tough rule. Everything is deception. From the Antonio Brown trade, that was orchestrated. I don't care what nobody says.
No, I agree. I agree that the Antonio Brown trade was orchestrated. We want to try to let Muckboy Bucks and Ed Dowling into the conversation, man. Muckboy been looking like he been dying to say something. Come on, you gotta unmute yourself though. Talk to us, bro.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, man? Let us know where you're from.
Hey, I'm from Poker, Florida, man. The Muck, man.
The Muck.
Hey, man, yeah, hey, man. Listen, I'm just saying, you gotta understand. Now, Fitzpatrick is a first round pick, right? What, Jerome Baker, a third or fourth round pick?
True.
Okay, now if Jerome Baker can get up there and try to lead this team, say he would go to war with that team without the talent that everybody say that we need and this and that, why can't our first round pick can't do that? What he crying for? Why is you crying? You is a first round pick. Come on, let's be real. Let's keep it real. Everybody talking about this and that. Oh, we need this and that. The man came and changed the culture. He coming to do it his way. He want to do it his way. We can't, you know what I'm saying? Every coach we done had before he came in, what did they do?
Did it their way.
My point exactly. My point. And a lot of them guys are not his guys. Those are Drake. Those are Gates guys. So why not? Hey, man, they don't want to follow my lead. Let's get rid of them. Let's see, can we get some capital from them? I don't think he's doing.
I mean, that's my take. As simple as that. If they don't want to follow my lead, let's get some capital for them. Yo, Wendy, something's wrong with your stream, bro. Every time I bring you in, if you can hear me, y'all give me a second. If you can hear me, Yo, Wendy, something is wrong with your stream. Every time I bring you in, it's blank on my side, and I keep bringing you in and out, and I'm not seeing you at all. So hopefully that changes, man. But Ed Dowling, I know you've been quiet for a while. Talk to me. What you think about everything being said? I'm trying to bounce around, guys.
Yo, can
Yeah. Just go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just piggybacking off of what everybody else been saying. I mean, it's pretty much who's supposed to be uplifting
Wait a
Minkah
further
and
down.
helping him.
Bro, are you
He's
desperate?
done. Honestly, I think it's the whole team, man. You all work as a brotherhood. You all should be leaning on each other to really
Mm-hmm.
get the job done. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to win. So it shouldn't be just one person trying to win. And if they don't get their way, it's this team and the rest of y'all, like everybody should be in cohesion and working together.
But the
And just like
problem
Mud Boy just
is,
said, man, if
mhm.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, finish what you're saying, bro.
Just like Mud Boy was saying, I mean, if he can't, if he doesn't want to do the job, he can't come to terms with what's going on and what he needs to do and his part in this role and his part in this whole rebuild and everything, then of course go somewhere else over. Like we look towards you to be a major place goes down. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you we can do. If you don't want to do it, it is what it is.
Now, I want to remind you all, this conversation is bigger than just Minkah Fitzpatrick. It's everything. So if you want to spread, give us your thoughts, let us know. Also, we're just so all those, we got 150 people in the room, and we got 47 likes. Y'all hit that like button. Everybody on the screen with me right now, tell them hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that like button. Show your love and support, man. Y'all, it's a thumbs up, a quick thumbs up. But you can join the
It
conversation
takes
just
one
like
click.
these. Yes, you can join the conversation just like these brave individuals by clicking on the link on the screen. You will be backstage, but I will bring you forward over times, because this is a great conversation. This is a moment where I get to hear from everybody else. But the crazy thing is, outside of I Test Sports, which we had a little difference of opinion, where are all the people who always disagree with me? Shout out to I Test Sports for coming on and talking about how he don't agree. Where are all the people who always come in the comment section and disagree? This is an opportunity for you to be able to talk to the masses and tell them how you feel and get your point across and elaborate it without me bombarding you. You got a voice. This is the moment, okay? Hit the link in the comment section to join the conversation. All right? So, like I already told y'all, some of those haters, man, some of them just be at home without a shirt on and in their basement with Cheetos all on their chin, just trolling, man. Come on, show us
Man,
who you are. Join the
man.
conversation, baby. Let's go. Hey, but here's what's
Yo,
going to happen.
yo,
I don't want anybody. Listen, who's been on this stream the longest?
I have.
Who?
I have.
Casey, I'm going to keep you on the stream, but you're going to be backstage. I'm going to bring a new person in, Joel Fins fan. So just letting you know, bro, it's nothing against you. I'm just trying to keep it rotating. But Joel Fins fan, welcome to the conversation, homie. Thanks for tuning in. Tell us who you
yo,
are and where you're from.
yo, my name is Joel. I'm from Philadelphia, PA.
Ooh, Philly in the house. You're a Dolphin fan now, right? I
Oh
just got
yeah,
to make sure.
oh yeah, oh
Hey,
yeah, oh
you
yeah,
you
bro.
gonna represent? You
Oh
coming
yeah,
down for the Philly game?
oh bro. I want to come down for the Philly game. I'm gonna go to the Giants versus Miami game. My wife's a Giants fan.
Nah. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. I
Yo,
deal with it too. I got to
it's
go
a
to this Cowboy game, and hopefully we get a win, man.
it's a tough
Hopefully we get a
world, man.
win.
Tough world.
But talk to us, man. Talk to us. What's your thoughts?
Man, listen, I want to be happy. I want to be optimistic. I want to be, down with the Flores plan. But
Mm-hmm.
listen, Tunsil was 25. I get why he traded him. You can't pass up on picks. But at the end of the day, like, okay, he got good profit for that. But traded
Mm-hmm.
Minkah, man, I feel like he's gonna be another Jason Allen if he doesn't get used well. You know what I'm saying? Jason Allen was gonna be a good corner. They were moving them all around, and now they're not using them right.
They're gonna trade him. Like we didn't get nothing from him. You know what I'm saying?
So how do we know we're not getting anything for him though?
I mean, I think they'll get a first. I think they'll at least get a first. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, I feel like he's better on your team than off your team. You know what I mean?
So if you were the coach, what would you do in this situation?
Bro, I would trade Rashad Jones and move Minkah back to free safety or safety, strong safety, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Defensive back.
But we had film, but that's what Minkah was playing Sunday. Do you see the result of that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but you got to remember there was no in the first half of the game, they didn't have a safety. Everybody was in the box. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Lamar Jackson, they were forcing him to throw.
So you would just basically get rid of Rashad Jones and move on to the future now.
Yes.
But but we've been doing that and everybody's been criticizing it.
I mean, I don't agree with Bobby McCain at safety either, but that's neither here nor that's just my opinion too. You know?
No, don't say it's neither here nor there. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because this is what this is for. We got to get to a conclusion here and start to try to feel what's going on here. So you don't like Bobby back there at that position. Why?
Because he's too small. He's never in the right position. He's good at slot corner and slot corner.
So who's better at the slot, Bobby or Minkah?
I think Bobby's better at the slot. I feel like Minkah is a better hitter. He's more powerful, and he's got more ball awareness to play safety.
Okay, so your thought process is shout out to you, David. Welcome to the conversation. Feel free to jump in at any time. So you're saying what needs to happen, Bobby needs to go to the nickel and Minkah needs to go back there with Rashard.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good thought, Tess.
I would put Minkah at 3, put Rashard at strong, put Bobby down in the box. Okay, I agree with that. But at the same time, like, is Bobby really the best slot corner we have? Because he's getting paid like he is.
No. Who's the best slot corner we have? It's Minkah Fitzpatrick. See,
So
that's the
what are you doing with
dilemma.
Bobby?
That's they playing him at safety because what's that?
Like, out of everybody you got rid of, I think that should have been one of the top people you got rid of. Not only because of his skill set, because of his contract. The man is getting paid like the top slot corner in the league.
Well, let me not rag on Bobby McCain because I have to defend Bobby McCain. We're not going to sit here and act like he's the one getting beat on every play. Yeah, he may have his mistakes here and there, but he's not the one that's getting beat on every play out there on the field. Now, as far as him being the highest paid, and that's somebody you would get rid of, he's not in. His salary isn't affecting our 3 years from now salary. His salary isn't impacting that. His salary is of no consequence for the next 2 years.
But TD, let me ask you this. Was Bobby good in the slot or not? Was Bobby good in the slot?
Bobby was good in the slot. I thought he was. Now, was he elite in the slot? No. But he was good in the slot.
Good and elite, okay. He's not serviceable in the slot. You put the big guy on him. I remember Gronk throwing him to the side last year. I remember what's the other guy? Luke Hopkins running by him last year. Like, Bobby gets exposed a lot, man. Like, he makes some good plays.
Yeah, but you also got to think about who the defensive coordinator was. Think about who the defensive coordinator was.
The same defensive coordinator that had y'all leading the league in interceptions. That's the funny thing about Dolphins fans.
Okay, I test.
Okay.
Nah, Bobby's good with short range bursts. He doesn't have the speed or the he can't cover the back side of the field like we want. He's good with short bursts, but he doesn't have that long range speed. He's quick, but he's not long range fast. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he can hang in the back. I love his heart. I love, if all of our players had the heart of Bobby, that would be tremendous. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, he doesn't have that long stride to cover the quarters. He can't do it.
I agree.
He can't do it.
So here's the dilemma here, because I'm gonna come back to you, I Test Sports. I'm gonna come right back to you, bro. Here's the dilemma, because I'm hearing from 3 individuals. David, 100% correct, right? Here's the issue with all three perspectives of what's being said here, okay? We're all talking about how Bobby is not a good slot. So what's the issue with Flores putting Minkah there? Because that's what's best for the team. That's what Flores keeps saying. I got to do what's best for the team.
Minkah's played like 6 positions the whole offseason. Hybrid linebacker, safety.
I agree. But which one is he actually productive in? The slot.
When I seen that hit in preseason that he laid on, who was it against? Oh my gosh!
I know it was a Bucks game, maybe.
Yeah, he obliterated somebody.
No.
That's what
the
Jacksonville could be doing.
Jacksonville,
It was the Jacksonville game. I'm telling you, put him at 3. Gotta put him at 3 because just like you said, Bobby doesn't have the long speed. Minkah doesn't have the short burst speed because a guy with good route ability, just like Hollywood, against him and outrun him to the end zone. You gotta put him in the back end. You feel me? And I don't know what you do with Bobby. To me, Bobby was one of the players that would have been on my list to be out of here.
So Bobby is the one out.
That would have been the person because I like Wilt. I like John Wilkes because he has long speed and he has good short burst speed.
Bro,
but
all
Bobby,
I'm gonna say is,
I don't know.
If we get rid of Rashad or Minkah, all of a sudden you're gonna see Walt Aikens on the field, and it's gonna be problems, bad problems.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, man, Minkah's got a little bit of an entitlement thing coming from Alabama, and I, he might be frustrated, but that really bothers me because when you want to be a part of something great, sometimes you have to play the long game, and to me, that's kind of weak sauce that he's kind of complaining because, he struggled a little bit, at some of the positions they put him in last year, and my thoughts are, sophomore, keep your head down and grind. So, I mean, it's a little bit, it's unfortunate noise. But I don't think we get a deal done. I don't think anyone's going to extend a first rounder, and I think it'll just play out. I think Minkah is going to be on our team this whole year. That's my thoughts.
I agree with that.
TD did say he liked Minkah at the slot, and when I did my research, Minkah had the lowest passer rating out of every slot corner last year. So
the entire NFL.
The whole NFL. So the man good at slot, but I like him at 3. I say you need to find you. Hey, what happened to Cordell Tankersley? What happened to this guy?
Milk carton.
Cordell Tankersley.
I honestly just lost in sauce.
Come on, man. The man looked like a number 2. He looked like a number 2 that year. We would have been one corner away. Add Minkah. Rashad was back there. You had Bobby roaming around. We would have been good, but I don't know what happened to the guy, man.
TD, here's my question for you. What about Eric Rowe in the slot? Why can't he cover the outside guy? Why can't he play the slot?
It's a good question.
He's slow.
The problem with Eric Rowe, we all knew before the season started, he's an insert that we hoped would be more. I'm not going to get on Eric Rowe as if we had bigger aspirations. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it real in that regards. Eric Rowe is a fill-in, a guy who's familiar with Flores' system. Can he do the best he can to not let it get ugly and make a few plays? But starting to move everyone around, now you're trying to put Eric Rowe in the slide, and now we're talking chaos. Now we're talking – listen, and then we're talking about putting – well, there you have it. Bobby McCain is at least – I'm going to assume a better slot defender than Eric Rowe. I'm going to automatically assume, and I could be wrong, but I will automatically make that educated guess that he's a better slot. So I wouldn't even explore that. Keep him on the boundary where he knows and see if he can just survive. We never had high expectations for Eric Rowe. We'd like to see more, but no, I can't. What anything you guys got to say, David or Finsanity 5?
I would agree. I think he was a camp body, someone familiar, maybe someone to push, but unfortunately, an individual didn't shine. So, he's an insert player, and he's exposed. at the end of the day, they're going to pick on him every single Sunday. They're going to stay away from Xavier. We got to figure out this free safety slot nickel thing, man. Otherwise, we're going to be toasted. This is going to be a huge challenge this week against the Patriots, with Edelman and whatnot. So I don't know, man. I like the idea. I test sports. I would switch it up, put Minkah at free safety and drop, Bobby a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's kind of showing instability with the coaching's decisions. So I don't know if they're going to be stubborn about it, but they're going to have to do something quick.
Like, can they win, David? If they did move Minkah to free, keep keep Rashad as strong, and put you know who I'm talking about in the nickel, Bobby McCain. They're not gonna. I mean, people are gonna complain either way.
Well, who's gonna fill Rashad Jones' spot this weekend?
What do you mean this weekend?
He's out.
Is that breaking news today?
Yeah.
He's out. He's not playing Sunday. Sideline.
Did that just come out?
I believe so. Yeah.
Then that confirms what Flores just said about an hour and a half ago. Now we know why he said what he said. We're focused on Sunday because Minkah's gonna have a huge role this Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're about to see Minkah Fitzpatrick primarily playing a lot of safety. And at the end of the day,
hey, we're gonna win Sunday.
Hey, I love that. Matter of fact, let me go around before we keep going. We're gonna start with Joel, and we're gonna go around to David, Finsanity, I, and Muck. What's your score prediction for Sunday? Who wins?
Bruh, the Dolphins fan inside of me wants to say Miami 28, New England 21, but realistic fan inside of me wants to say New England 35, Miami 20.
What about you, David?
I was going to say 35-13 Patriots.
Man. What about you, Finsanity?
All I'm gonna say is that the Patriots are gonna cover the spread. I don't want to give a point.
No, you can't run away from it. You can't run away from it. We need a score prediction.
I mean, it's like this. They can, as you obviously saw last week, they can either run the ball with Michelle. So whoever has Michelle in their fantasy league, big ups to you because they can run the ball with Michelle, or they can throw the ball over our head all day. So until we can prove that we can stop them, Patriots cover the spread. Because my thing is like this. What are we going to show as far as an offensive effort? We just lost the left tackle that we brought in. So now we have another piece missing on the offensive line.
That's huge. That's huge.
You know, Brady and them are, Belichick and them are not afraid to send four and put pressure on us. So now Fitzpatrick is throwing into a heavy secondary. That's trouble with, the history we have with Fitzpatrick. Do we get a push on the line for the running game? Do we utilize the running game in the past? So I say, I'm not going to give a score prediction. I'm saying Pats cover. So if you have a little bit of money, Pats cover. That's all I'm saying.
That means you got Pats winning. What you got, I test sports, boy? Sports.
I'm going to stand up for this one. We're going to win. And you know why? I'm going to tell you why we're going to win. Every time. Like, we're an afterthought. Don't even look at the sports radio, whatever. Like, New England is just showing up, and it's a W. Every time it's like that, them boys show up. And it's at the crib, so this is going to be the one game we win this year. This and one game against the Jets. So we're going to win these two games. 24-17, Minkah take a pick six to the crib for the game winner.
Hey, what's the weather? What's the weather for Sunday?
That's gonna be iffy because there's another tropical depression right off the coast that's about to hit the Bahamas over the weekend. But there might be some bands that come through Florida, so it's really no one knows. No one knows.
No, if you're from Miami, you know the weather. Ain't nothing gonna happen. When they talk about the hurricanes, if you're really from Miami, you know when a real hurricane and when storms coming. Ain't nothing happening.
And the way the stadium is built and the way the wind goes, it will affect the visiting team, if any, in many cases. All right, Muck Boy, what's your prediction?
Oh, okay. We're gonna do it like this here. New England coming to Miami. Okay, yeah, we had that blowout last week, but we play the Patriots. Totally different than anybody I think it's gonna be a defensive game. I think both defenses gonna come to play. I feel like it's gonna come down to the mistakes. We control the clock. Get Ballage and Drake going. 2017 Dolphins. Let's go.
20-17. All right. Hey, y'all. My prediction. Y'all see what this is? Y'all see what this is? Do y'all know when I got this? I got this from CBS Sports last year because of the Miami Miracle when they flew out to my house and they filmed me to be on their pregame show because of what we did for the Miami Miracle. They gave me 2 balls. The other one is out there. And this is my favorite one, though. It's real sparkly. It's real sparkly.
That's beautiful, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I told my wife one day, I said, I might want to give this away on a giveaway on the channel. She said, you give that away, you give me away. You got to keep certain things. You got to keep certain things that mean a lot. That was the start of your show. But Miami Miracle, Gronkowski falling was so hysterical. Listen, the Miami Dolphins will win on Sunday. Not only will the Miami Dolphins win, they will win with the score of 31-24. Fans up. Let's go.
TD.
Let's go.
TD. Bro.
Let's go.
Bro. TD, bro. Now you my big bro. We gotta put something on this for the fan base.
Where are you getting them points at?
What I wanted to say
Does Rosen make an appearance?
Does Rosen make an appearance?
31.
Hey, Finn said he trying to take my money. Finn said he trying to take my money.
No money. What we have to do is, you know what, TD? TD, you my bro. And I'm firmly boycotting all Miami Dolphins jersey right now. Let's put a Miami Dolphins t-shirt on it from NFL Shop on it. Simple,
all right,
$20. All right, now listen. All I'm saying is, I would love to see the Dolphins win. I am this ring right here has the Dolphins logo on it, and I wear that faithfully every day, engraved on my ring finger, not my left one, my right one. But let's be realistic for 5 minutes. Tom Brady is definitely one of those guys that has revenge games. And if you think that having to hear about the Miami Miracle, listen, he can't win in Miami. Hearing all that talk that he goes down there and looks horrible, and being one defensive mistake away from having a win down there. He just has too many weapons at this point. It's not fair to us.
You guys think that Tank Carradine? Do you think Tank will be able to set the edge?
Tank is on IR. They're thinking about putting him on IR. I heard that. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Yes, they say they just signed him, and now they're thinking about putting him on IR for some reason. Maybe I read wrong. Can somebody confirm what I'm saying right now? Because I read that about 2 hours ago that Tank is back, but now they're wondering if they should put him on IR for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong because I could have been reading real fast, but I was just like, I don't want to see no more.
The only thing that's going to save us is the fact that Flores knows how to get to Brady because he was there last year every day with Brady. So that's
how you gonna get to Brady if all they
defensive minded?
With what defensive push?
How you gonna?
I mean, Godchuk, what's his name? Charles Harris. Listen, Baker blitzing. Listen, bro. Baker's gonna be a problem.
All they do is hold.
I think Tank is playing, man. I don't see anything on him.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I could have sworn I read something earlier about they're trying to make a decision, but I'm not seeing anything right now, so I'm gonna assume he's playing, bro.
Wilson's out, and so is Jones, which is a bummer.
So what's your thoughts, David? Is Tank gonna make a difference?
I think Tank could set the edge, man. If we can set the edge, that'll help a lot. And it seemed to me like the locker room was stoked that he was back, and I was happy to see him back. I'd like to see Orchard come back too, but maybe in the next week or so we'll see, because isn't there like some guarantees and whatnot? So we might make some roster changes the next week, but I think Tank's going to help us.
What's your guys' thought? Anybody else want to chime in on that?
On what?
Tank coming back, is it gonna help?
Tank Carradine, he was good at Florida State. He was okay his first 2 years at San Francisco. He ain't done nothing since. So you expecting him, all right, if he was really that good, why did you let him go in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have been on your original 53. So him coming back and he's supposed to make a difference, I don't see it.
I mean, that's a good because I don't want to write him off too early, but nothing you said was false in that regard.
I mean, to be
before we
honest with you, the guy that stayed on the roster was younger and had half a sack last week too, and he got
which
hurt.
Guy is that?
So
which guy is that?
Ledbetter.
Ledbetter. Oh yeah. And they're hoping he can come back week 8 or 9. I forgot what week you're allowed to come back in the after being placed on the IR. So we're going to find out, man. But hey, guys, we got 165 people in the room, only 66 likes. Guys, help me promote this like button. Everybody hit that like button. Show your love and support, man. It's an easy thumbs up, man. We're going to try to get to 100 likes real quick. We got 32 to go. All you got to do is remove the chat, hit the like button, and come right back. Remove the chat, hit the like button, and come right back. The more likes we have, the higher it comes on the suggested list. So when people's looking for Miami Dolphins content, they say, oh, there's CD Finstock. He's live right now. So y'all help me out. Appreciate everybody. We're at 80 likes. Hit that like button, guys. Now, I want to switch gears for a second, gentlemen and ladies. I want to switch gears for a second here, okay? I want to ask y'all a question. And just be 100% transparent. We're going to start with David, go to Muck Boy, go to Joel, Finsanity, then I Test Sports, okay? Y'all be 100% transparent. Do you believe in Brian Flores? Why or why not?
Yeah, I do believe in Flores. I think he was thrown into a sticky situation, but not too many folks come out of Brownsville, New York. Mike Tyson, he's a tough son of a gun. And I think that, yeah, it's a little ugly right now, but I think he's got the backbone to push through it. And I think that some of the things that he's faced growing up and whatnot will help him get through it. And, Omar Kelly keeps saying the locker room doesn't trust him. At the end of the day, it is a business. He also has a boss, but I think he's tough as nails. And I think in Flores, I trust.
Awesome. What about you, Muck Boy?
Hey, what was the question that kind of went out? I can't hear what you said.
Do you believe in Brian Flores?
Oh, 100% from day one. I love the moves he made. If you can't understand, see, these for people who don't understand football. That's why they saying all of that, because they do not understand football. We got to take the little steps, baby, before we make the big steps. That's it. I believe in 100%. I think he's going to change it around.
Awesome. Change it around. Joel, talk to me.
I feel like I believe in Brian Flores, but I feel like I don't believe in Chris Greer. I feel like Brian Flores was put in a sticky situation, but I also feel like, we were in a position where we were before Gase left. Like, we went to the playoffs 2 years ago. Ryan Tannehill got hurt. We still had a lot of those pieces from that roster. So I feel like we needed a few pieces, and we could have been at least 8-8, 9-7, 10-6. But now I just feel like, bro, it's going to be 2 or 3 years until that's the case, man. I get trading pieces, but even without the 2 firsts from Tunzel and the second round pick from Tunzel, we still would have had, 11, 10 draft picks this year?
But so, not early on like that.
Well, I mean, maybe 9, but still, okay, you would have had to draft a few linemen, maybe trade for a lineman. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we were closer to being good than we were being bad.
The money.
Yeah, I want to say, I want to quickly, before I go to Finsanity, we were closer, but it wasn't long-term sustainability closer. In other words, we would have did what the Eagles did, geared all the way up to be real close and contend and then fall. We would do what a lot of those teams that gear up and do and then eventually fall, because we weren't bringing in the youth movement to say that we started with this core and we're gonna build with it. What about you, Fitz Flores?
That's a weighted question for me. I do believe in Flores. I believe that he has a vision, and he has stuck by that vision no matter what press conference he's going into. He pretty much sounds the same no matter what. He's a very even kill guy. He doesn't get rattled by questions. He answers the questions that he wants to answer. I believe that we as a fan base have to allow the development of these players and allow this man to, slowly show us what he is trying to accomplish. And, just as long as he can get these guys to try to put forth a competitive effort this year, I can go into next year, I guess a little bit more hopeful than what I have been this year. But when you try to implement, hard work habits and, discipline and, structure, which is something that we haven't had in a long time, just seeing those positive things being, correlated or associated with our training camps and our mini camps and our practices, it's very big for me, because this is something that a lot of these guys, I think they need, like, when you go from losing all the time and, like, hey man, I said, we're going to go play our contract and we're not going to, we might not make the playoffs, or we might make a late playoff push. It kind of can become disheartening on your spirit, especially as a fan base. And it seems like every year, every time we get a new coach, we jump to this hopeful optimism that he'll be better than what we had before. But I err on caution. I do trust him, but I also am going to not just fully dive in on this, because I need to see where this team becomes competitive and where he is different than the past few coaches that we've had.
Nice. Good take on it. Very good take on it. I Test Sports, Flores. I already know.
All right. We've gone from Sperano to Philbin to, Gase, and then this guy. All right. What all of them have in common is each of them came in and tried to implement a system. Each of them came in and tried to change the culture. Each of them came in and did this and that. And for what's funny, each of them came in and got rid of good players. Starting with not Sperano, but Philman came in. I don't know how much Chad Johnson had. I don't know how much Vontae was still a good corner. Got rid of him. Then you get Gase. Got rid of Jahi, got rid of this person, got rid of that person. All in the name of coaching. Now you're telling me Flores is going to come in and he's going to build this culture. He's going to do this. He's going to build the system up 3 years. The guy earlier, Mud, I forgot your name, bro, but he said something about it takes baby steps. Dog, we've been taking these baby steps for how many years? Like, how long are we going to keep taking baby steps? Teams have gone, like, I watched teams that I never thought would go to the Super Bowl. Dog, there was a time New Orleans was trash. They've been to a Super Bowl. There were times certain teams, they were afterthoughts. They've at least been in contention or gone to a Super Bowl. Miami, as a team that has the only undefeated record in the NFL, they should be shown a little bit more respect, and they're not, because they don't see the outside world don't see a real plan. After Dan Marino and Don Shula, it's been a dumpster fire. Like, you just have people coming in, getting rid of everybody. The same players we get rid of go on other teams and star. It's inevitable. You get rid of a player that's come from the Dolphins, they're going to go and ball. They're going to go catch a touchdown on Monday Night Football like Hugh Steele. You feel me? Like, that's what they do. So my thing is, how long you're going to stay rebuild? How long you're going to get faith in a coach or put faith in a coach that hasn't shown anything? The man was the de facto defensive coach. Everybody knows Belichick was running that team. Everybody knows Belichick was running that defense. If his defense was really that good and he was that good of a coordinator, they wouldn't have got lit up on game one like that. I'm telling you, the man was sent here. He's a spy. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all. The man is a spy. He was sent here to ruin the Dolphins from within. And then in 2-3 years, he will be back on the New England staff. Mark my words, boy, and I'm not going to sit here and just, like, drink the Kool-Aid. I'm done with all that. You feel me? Like, As soon as y'all get a new coach, when y'all got Adam Gase, oh, we got offensive minded. When we got Philman, oh, he coached Aaron Rodgers. Now we got this guy. Oh, he was on Bill Belichick coaching staff, and none of them do shit. Damn, my bad, bro.
All right, I know you ain't trying to.
But none of them do nothing, dog. Adam Gase is over there. I ain't even gonna get on Adam Gase, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like everybody that comes in and out this organization, you come in with a reputation, you get here, and that reputation doesn't go into fruition, and then you leave, and then you're not a coach no more. You're a coordinator, or you know what I'm saying? You're less of a player, or if you're a star player on the Dolphins, you start at the other team. So to me, you need a coach. I honestly think you need somebody that doesn't have any ties in the NFL. If I was them, I would really look at Lincoln Riley. Like, try to get him as soon as possible. Like, start fielding calls to him now. Because I'm telling you, when it goes south, Flores is going to do what they all do, run back to daddy. They all run back to New England. Dog, the man had a coaching job with Indianapolis and turned it down. Just to stay with Belichick. Come on, man. At the end of the day, y'all got to open up your minds for the Dolphins ain't going nowhere soon. And if y'all think Flores is going to do it, I would be happy to be wrong. As a Dolphin fan,
I think we all would. I would be so happy to be wrong. But as a Dolphin fan, I done seen this movie before. I done seen it. So I mean, everybody makes good points, and even when some people would say an outlandish point of he'll spy for Belichick, but I'm not naive to say you can never rule these things out. I just don't believe it myself, but you can never rule them out. We're gonna go to our biggest guest of them all, which is everybody in the live stream. I need y'all to put in the live stream right now. Let us know. Would you trade Minkah Fitzpatrick? Yes or no? Live stream in the chat section. Everybody watching, all 170 people, put it in the live stream right now. Would you trade Minkah Fitzpatrick or no?
The one thing I want to say to eye test is
no.
Gase was at Ryan Tannehill ACL from taking the Dolphins back to the playoffs. A Ryan Tannehill ACL. They had the O-line. They had the weapons. They had the run game. The defense was looking pretty decent. But if Cutler wouldn't have played that season and we didn't have to watch that trash for 16 games, we would have went to the playoffs that season.
And did what?
And that's a fact.
Oh, and did what?
One moment, guys. We break it up.
Your quarterback.
Hold on. Give me a second. We're going to keep this conversation going. Between Joel and I Test Sports, we're going to keep the conversation going. The signal was a little funny, but everybody is saying no, overwhelmingly. And some people saying for the right price, but no. Oh, man, for 2 first-round picks, yes. So everybody wants Minkah. That's the consensus. Now, since you guys bring up a whole nother topic, and I know he's not on the team now, but we having fun here. We having a great conversation. This is real fun. Shout out to David for joining the conversation. Shout out to Muck Boy for being here with us, man, joining us. Joel Fins fan, shout out to you. Fin Sanity 5 is always one of the best to do it. And I Test Sports, the Flores conspirator. That's what we're gonna call him going forward. And he's proud of it too. He said, that's right. Oh man. And we got a few people backstage, Casey and man, Yoy Wendy, something's wrong with his stream because it keeps giving me an error message even when I try to click on it. Yoy Wendy, if you're still watching, bro, it's not me. I've been trying to bring you into this stream for the longest, but something's wrong on your end. It's giving me a triangle with an exclamation saying something's wrong. So I just want you to know that. Don't think I'm ignoring you. It's some issue you're having on your end. But yeah, Joel Fins fan made a good point, and I actually agree with him. And we're gonna want to hear what I Test Sports has to say, because he's saying what we would have done with him anyway. But he's right. When Tannehill finally had his offensive line, finally, the man went like 8-2 or something. And then Matt Moore took us the rest of the way. And if I'm not mistaken, Matt Moore had a losing schedule that rest of the way, but we still made it into the playoffs. And that was in my opinion, that was a guaranteed playoff team had Tannehill not hurt his ACL. Now, I Test Sports make a good point. I mean, what would he have done in the playoffs? The point that I would like to make is the simple fact of none of us know. You know, I'm not going to jump to conclusions, but none of us know. You want to add on to that, Joel?
Yeah, I do. I just feel like, you know, I watched Tannehill film this year in Tennessee. Tennessee has a good O-line. He outperformed Marcus Mariota. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I think with the right line, Tannehill would have been good. You know what I mean? Maybe not, you know, Aaron Rodgers good or Brady good, but I feel like with the pieces that Gase was putting around him, and you know, if that quarterback was Tannehill instead of Cutler, we'd have been another playoff team walking into the playoffs, and we wouldn't have had to watch mediocrity.
What's you guys' thoughts? Anybody can chime in. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm trying to let y'all
Doesn't matter now.
You know, I mean, David makes a great point. It doesn't matter now. And the only reason I'm talking about it because it goes hand in hand with our decision making, the decisions that we've made. That's the thought process that because it doesn't matter now. He's not here, but it's still a part of the evaluation of someone like Chris Grier and different things like that, because that's kind of where we are right now. Everybody's wondering, is it the coach? Is it the general manager? Is it the players? And that's why I like to talk about every facet of the game. I like to talk about.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
You're good. And Travis, somebody asked me if you were backstage. I don't see you backstage, bro. If you're trying to get in, make sure you follow the link on the screen. I don't see you backstage right now. But go ahead, whoever was gonna elaborate.
Yeah, as far as general manager, I think Chris Grier, he's done a good job. Like, if you look at the moves he's made, like I can't really, like, no one knew Xavier Howard was going to be that. We got him in a second. I still feel Devontae Parker is a good pick. Kenyon Drake, your boy Jakeem Grant. These are good moves. The Laramie Tunsil, like, that fell into our lap. But I haven't seen Grier make any bad moves. The last bad draft pick I could really say was when we were drafting people like Billy Turner and
Charles Harris.
Charles, yeah, that was that was kind of messed up. Yeah, but
We could have got Derek Barnett.
That Harris, it bothers me because I'm looking, what could you have got besides him, besides Derek Barnett? Like, even Derek Barnett, his measurables coming out of college weren't really that, because Charles Harris at least had the speed. So you were looking at him like a replacement for Wake. But who could you have got besides Harris? I don't know, man. But I don't know. I really like Chris Grier as far as the manager, and I like that they got McKenzie there, because McKenzie is really the orchestrator of that Raiders team when they started getting Cooper, Mack, and all them. So I like the whole black front office. I know it kind of sounds racist, but I like that we got a front office like that, because we tend to know more about skilled players. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know, like, I know McKenzie know his stuff, and I know Grier knows his stuff. So it's just the fact that they're going to be able to mesh in what type of input Flores really has. Because if Flores is the end-all, be-all when it comes to draft picks, I don't believe it. Like, I won't like the draft because, like I said, he's a spy, and he'll get trash draft picks just to make sure we stay in that mediocrity phase. So I don't know, but I like Grier as a general manager. You leave the decisions up to him to pick players, and look at what they're doing. They're picking players from big colleges: Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, championship pedigree. So I like the mind state of Grier as general manager. I can't really complain on that.
Cool. Anybody else want to add on before we go to the next question?
I agree with the Reggie McKenzie pickup. I feel like he'll be a good balancing act. As far as trades that are made in the future, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean,
we'll find out. Time will tell.
You know.
All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. The last phase of this show, we're going to transition, okay? We're going to go to the comment section and see if they have a good question. Then I will pose that question to you five guys and see what you think about it, okay? All right. So if you have a question for the panel in the comment section before we end this stream, because we have 9 more minutes on this stream, if you have a question and you want to hear all these guys' opinion, let us know in the comment section right now. I am taking questions. Any questions, let us know right now. And while we're waiting on a good question, guys, thank you all for everything you've done tuning into the show today. David, Mook Boy Box, Joel, Insanity, iTest Sports, Yoey Wendy, even though it was kind of messed up, Casey, and anybody else that I forgot that you were on this stream. Thank you so much. All right. I appreciate that. All right. Any questions? Let me see here. Why is TJ Ramming not on the 53? Oh gosh, we're gonna entertain Rip. Y'all, if y'all want to answer that, man.
Why is Jeremiah Bell not on the 53? That's what I got.
Exactly, man. Come on.
Weston asked, who should be our first pick this year?
We'll start with David.
Left tackle, man. I mean, I don't know. That's tricky. You gotta kind of see the way it plays out with college. You know, someone could get tore up. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of Tua. I mean, a lot of people are big on him, but if you watch that Clemson game where he actually had to read the defense, it was ugly. So it's like tanking for him. Not a big fan of that. So that's a tough question, but I'm not on the tank for Tua bandwagon at all. That's how I can answer it.
Love it. That's my opinion too. Mug Boy, what's your thoughts? First round, who we got? Mug Boy look like he's sleeping in place. Mug Boy, you see us? Mug Boy ain't paying attention. Joel, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? Who is our first round pick?
To be honest, I'm gonna have to go O-line. Build around Rosen. Tua is a one-read machine. One read and throw. He doesn't make any other reads. So I have to go O-line or D-line, whichever one is more of a need at that, whoever's available, the best player available on the O-line or D-line.
So pretty much the trenches, right? All right. Let me see if we got Muck Boy back. Are you back, Muck Boy? Guess not. I test who you. Oh well, we fit 75. Who you got in the first round?
Who do I have in the first round? With the first overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins pick, Chase Young, Ohio State. I'm giving names. We can't get pressure on a quarterback. Go get a guy that gets pressure on a quarterback. Chase Young, Ohio State. I watch him every Saturday.
I can't knock that either. What's his projection right now? Is he third projected or second?
He's up there. I haven't looked at that. I think he is a first overall pick, to be honest.
Yeah, we know that. I thought I had I saw a projection where he was third. I don't know. What about yourself, Itess?
I'm taking Judy.
Huh?
That receiver, what's his name? Judy. You know what I'm talking about?
He's the number 4 on the big board.
Yeah, I'll take him number 1.
So you want to go receiver?
A receiver? Okay, here. You know why? All right. You laugh all you want. You remember all them years Dolphins took Jake Long and stuff like that? You could have got players like Randy Moss.
You could have got AJ Green.
I'm sorry.
You're breaking up. You all right?
Phone call. Like, there's so many times the Dolphins passed up on big-time skill players. Why not one year, instead of being conventional, y'all go out and y'all get a big-time skill player? You get you a Julio, and then you go from there.
Because, I mean, I could roll with that given the amount of first-round picks we have. If we didn't have if we had our standard 1 first rounder, 1 second rounder, then I would say it would be crazy not to go trenches. But I can't knock it wholeheartedly to say, hey, why not go get a extreme weapon? You know, because you got other assets to still address the trenches. Another thing that we're not talking about, we haven't mentioned once on this stream, we keep talking about draft picks and trades, but we're going into next year with about $137 million. $137 million. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm the type of person who I would rather spend the money on proven trench players versus drafting trench players. I would draft the impact player before I draft the proven trench player if we have the money.
The only thing
we got 130, we got 137 mil. Talk to me, Joel.
Only thing I'll say about that, bro, is think about the Cowboys. Like, I'm not obviously I don't like the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys, but think about the way they built. They went out, they got an O-line, they built the O-line up all through draft. Then they got Zeke, you know what I mean? Like, then they got Dak. So, I mean, we can build through the draft. I agree. I mean, 130 million is a lot, but 130 million you could spend on secondary help, defensive line help, you know, running back help.
Well, what scares me, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Here's what scares me. When we bring up teams like the Cowboys and other teams that have their exact makeup, if you've been following this channel, you hear me make this point all the time, and I want to get your thoughts on it before we get out of here. The Cowboys did it right. They did it right if you ask me. But what's going to happen whenever Dak Prescott also gets paid and they go into the next year saying, we did it right, but now we got to evaluate who we're going to let go, who we can't afford anymore? What are they going to do then? Anybody have a thought on that?
You can stick anybody behind that O-line with Zeke. And
but the problem is they've signed Zeke. They're probably going to sign Zach. And you can put anybody behind the O-line, but what happens when you can't afford it anymore?
Then you continue the draft. You continue to draft, and you know you continue to try to get players that are you know Jerry Jones has been good at drafting. You know, it's the nature of the beast.
True. What's your thoughts, David? Anything on that?
Man, that's tough, man. I mean, that's sort of similar where we were kind of going with Tunzel, because I think he was going to ask for a ton of money. You know, that's tough. You know, like I think, you know, previous discussion you had a couple of weeks ago, you were saying that the Patriots pay roughly 24 million on their whole O-line. And, you know, as we've seen, you can have excellent skilled players around you, but if you don't have 2.5, 2 seconds, 3 seconds to do something with it, you're toasted. So I don't know, man. That's tough. I think that the Dallas Cowboys in 2 or 3 years will be in a similar situation as the Dolphins are. You know, I mean, that's a lot of money out there right now. A lot of money. I think the windows are closing, man. The windows are closing. You can put together. The Patriots are amazing at how they've done it, but your windows are a lot smaller than they used to be. You know, so the cap space. I almost feel this year. Kind of get away from that. I think this year is more about our coaches, ironically, gelling together and figuring things out more so than it is for our players. That's just the way it is, because our roster is going to look 100% different next year. And if our coaches don't put together a system and get it together, then shame on them. I mean, that to me is more about this year than anything, is the coaches figuring things out.
But at least one thing that I appreciate from you, you're at least sitting back and giving it the time to work itself out to make the conclusion on it.
Yeah.
And good observation, man. Welcome back, iTest Sports, guys. But we're 2 hours into the stream, guys. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned into the stream. Thank you for everybody who joined the stream. We're going to go around real quick, let everybody know, give them a shout out from where you're from before we get out of here. Starting at the top with my girlfriend, Sanity. What's up? Talk to us.
Hi, everybody. I'm Finsanity5, straight from New Jersey, South Jersey. Jesus Christ, with this season. I'm so excited to see where we're going to go from where we started last week. I mean, we can only go up. I don't think it gets any lower than where we were. So just trying to keep an open mind. Just hearing everybody's opinions and their input, it definitely has enlightened me more as a fan. And I thank you guys all for giving your input today and coming on here. Oh, and I Test Sports, Rip, the mod said, you have a new fan. So he told me to tell you that, so you have a new fan. Congratulations.
Nice, awesome. Hey, and Joel, talk to us, man.
Hey, my
Joel.
name is Joel.
Is he?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you might be frozen. Hold on, let me see something.
Hold on, I'll go to chat and hold on.
Everyone else, I'm muting you so we don't hear any background noise. But Joel, are you back? All right, we'll move forward to David. Let me unmute you. Go ahead, David.
Yep. Shout out from Reno, Nevada. The year I was born, the Dolphins won the Super Bowl. One of the first Super Bowls I remember was the Redskins Dolphins. Been a fan my whole life. Never will not be a fan, and love what you do, TD, man. I appreciate all the content you bring.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your love, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure having you on, and make sure you come back anytime.
Absolutely, guys. Happy Friday to everyone, and go Fins.
Appreciate it. Who we got? Who do we have now? Casey, are you still here with us?
What's going on?
It's all right. Give us your final shout out.
Shout out from Palm Beach County. Fins up. We're going 11-5, baby. 11-5. Trust the process.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Talk to us, Joel. It looks like you're back. What's going on?
Yeah, I had to reload the app, but my name is Joel. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Been a Fins fan since I was 6 years old. From when Miami was going 4-12 and beating the Patriots on Monday Night Football. But I'm excited, still excited about the rebuild, and Fins up.
Fins up, baby. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Breon with the donation saying fantastic show. The guest panel were amazing, and I agree. I more than agree. But let's go to I Test Sports. The what's his new name? The Flores conspiracist.
He's a spy, bro. At the end of the day, man, 305 Dade County in the trenches. So I'm at the game most of the time, all the time.
Awesome.
So it's coming from a perspective from someone who's in the city. Like, yeah, we had the heat, but this is a football city. Like, we Dade County, like we this football is what we do down here. So I appreciate you giving me the chance to get this off, and at the same time, like, you're doing real good as far as like putting the Fin talk together. I like the panel. No one was really talking over each other. Everybody got their points across, and I did learn a lot. Like, I learned people's different perspectives, and I know that it was so many Dolphins fans that weren't in Miami, so that's nice to see. But the overall take, I mean, I still think I don't trust the guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust him, and I guess I gotta wait till I need an off season with him to see what he's gonna do in the draft. And if I'm wrong, I will be the first one to apologize. I'll be happy to be wrong, but I don't believe I am, because like when you from here, like I said, man, it's a lot you could tell, and just looking at him and how his press conferences are and the moves he's making, yeah, they're on face value. Yeah, I could see, but at the same time, it's just the way. Like it seems like he's being combative with his players. Like, Stills does his little thing. You go, you play songs back to back. Like, come on, like you ain't supposed to be doing that, especially if you're trying to win respect. Like, you can't be a general and you going over there and you nitpicking what soldiers you want. And nah, you gotta have everybody on the same course. So I don't trust him on that. And I'm gonna sign out with this. Like, I put together a quick little video on the Patriot scandals, starting with the tuck rule, even the snow pile game. I put all that together to this date. And if you want, you can check that out, because
you have your own channel?
Yeah, I got a channel, but I ain't really like into it like that. Like you really like put time into it, and I think probably in a few months I'm gonna really like start putting content together because I realize like I like talking football, but I just need to like get my stuff together. But I put together a series of videos, and basically it starts with the snowplow game. I wasn't alive then, but as I did my research, I know the Patriots. As I'm doing my research, they've been doing underhanded stuff for a while, and the fact that they keep getting away with it, like it just boggles my mind. And everybody's like, well, this, that, and the other. Like, do you really think NFL is rigged? Because there's no way for a team to be hit with that many scandals and to continuously be in the championship or in the Super Bowl, and nobody says like, come on, y'all got a long list of history like of doing underhanded things. So you know what I'm saying? Check that out. Just
where do we find it? Where do we find it?
It's iTest Sports. Just go, you subscribe, and then there'll be a video playlist. The name of the video is called "The Patriots Should Be Investigated as a Crime Syndicate." Because if you look at their charges, like for real, if this was a black-owned league, now remember the NFL is 32 white owners, but let's just say we're living in a parallel universe, and the NFL was a league full of black owners. If one team had the sort of scandals that the Patriots had, because remember, a crime syndicate, it has to include these three things: sex, murder, and drugs. You got sex with Robert Kraft and the human trafficking thing that just happened. You got drugs that we know of. You just had the guy, Patrick Chung, and he played Sunday. He got a cocaine possession charge. And then you got murder. Everybody know Aaron Hernandez. And these are the things that we know about. And this team is always in the championship and winning Super Bowl. Come on, man. Like, open your eyes. I gotta go, man.
If you don't mind,
good. Y'all make sure y'all check out iTest Sports if you want to check out more on that. I appreciate y'all coming through, though, all y'all guys. But Joel, did you have something?
Yeah, I just want to say the one thing I'll agree with you, iTest. My pop's been saying it a lot to me. He's a big Miami fan. And he's been saying, like, all the Patriots and Tom Brady needs on his resume is to go undefeated. And right now, Miami's trash. They traded away everybody. We're the only team that consistently beats the Patriots.
Exactly.
There's nothing in their way. There's nothing in their way now.
There's nothing. So if you get Flores to come ruin it, you get the perfect season. You feel me? And I'm not
a conspiracy theorist, though, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm telling you, right? You say your wife is a giant. Eli is a made man in Miami because of that Super Bowl. I'm telling you, Eli could walk. Eli is the guy down here. So, hey, but I appreciate your time, man. I got to make moves.
You all good, bro. I'll see y'all later. But thanks everybody who was in the chat. Finsanity, who talked to us. What you got to say?
All I want to say is, good luck this weekend on our fantasy matchup.
I don't need the luck. You the one need the luck.
I wish you the best.
I don't need it. You the one who needs the luck. My team good. What did your team do last night?
Well, listen, my team actually made an improvement from last week. My quarterback got me 15 points, which is better than the 6. And then my defense got me 8, which was better than the 0. And we're going to see what my kicker did because he got me 0 last week. So it's up in the air. I think I have a good chance.
You're going down. It doesn't matter. But listen, I got to get out of here, guys. You're going down. But this is TD Fans Talk. Thank you all. Peace, peace, peace. And everybody who watched, please go over to Twitter and check out at TD Fans Talk. Instagram is TD Fans Talk. And my Facebook channel as well is TD Fans Talk, guys. Also, before everyone leaves, I want to offer y'all an opportunity, okay? If you go over to my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook page, like, subscribe, follow all 3 of those platforms. The first person to do that will be invited on a special one-on-one show with TD Fans Talk at some point this week after the Patriots, next week after the Patriots game. So go over, make sure you go to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow the channels, like, subscribe, and share the links. And I'll make sure that we got a one-on-one, and let's do it. Hopefully it's Ron, because he always talking some stuff. But I ain't see Ron today. But David, man, thank you for still being here, man. Appreciate your love and support, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you too, man. If we can get to Brady a couple times, the first couple of series, bro, and rattle his cage, who
That's
knows?
it.
Any given Sunday, man.
Yeah, early in the game, if you can do that, then he's going to be nervous for the rest of the game.
Got to do it, man. Hey, listen, have a nice weekend.
You do the same. Everybody, peace, love, and happiness. We are out. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Thanks again for another show. Thanks again for tuning in. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Appreciate you all. It's your boy TD. Shout out to Joel Cabetta. Peace. Woo! Fins up, baby. Fins up. Super Bowl this year. Y'all see I'm dropping all these bombs before I leave, before I get beat up for saying it. Super Bowl this year. Ah.